proposed names for new park and new legal road in the East Front.
So look, I will, but I'll be brief because I think that Russell can explain some of the complications more clearly than I can, because as is in the report, at each sort of stage following the working group, there's never been full consensus around the names, and that's why, but in effect, the committee, at the committee level, we did have consensus, and it was actually unanimous at the committee that we have Raora Park and Huani Lane. But I'll leave obviously the questions and some further explanation from Russell.
Thank you.
There have been two names put forward for the park. One is Raora, which is referred to as the community well-being, and the second one is Tuora, which refers to an individual well-being. With the legal road, again there was two names put forward. One was Liverpool Lane, and that was in relation to the connection to the past history of Christchurch and Liverpool Street. And the second one is Huanui Lane, which again refers to the community's well-being. So both of those names are put forward, and the Social Development Community Committee voted on Raora and Huanui Lane, or Huanui actually. Any questions?
Are there any questions on this? Yanni?
Oh, thanks. It just wasn't clear from the report what the feedback was from the community board. So my recollection was that the community board preferred Liverpool Lane, which was the preferred name at that point from the working group, and that their other preference was for Tuawera. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Tuora? Yeah. Can you just confirm what the community board feedback was?
Certainly. The working group went to the community board seminar, and at the seminar there was an informal voting, and at the informal vote the community board voted there were 4 for Tuora and 4 for Raora. They were equal. For Liverpool Lane, it was 5 for Liverpool Lane, and there was 3 for Huanui Lane.
At the time that it was presented to the community board, my recollection was that the working party's view was that Liverpool Lane was the preferred one. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Any other questions? Someone like to move the recommendations? Bill, seconded Sarah. Is there any discussion? Sarah, then Yanni.
Thank you. I'm really pleased that Raora and Huanui have been recommended by the committee here. But it was really disturbing, I think, for me to see in the report under 4.3.2 that in 2017 we should be saying that Raora there was a disadvantage in choosing Raora because some people might find it difficult to pronounce. And in 2017, where people don't have any problem with Waimakariri, with Huranui, and with multiple names that we have many of our community centres now with Māori names gifted as well. I don't think that should be a consideration. The central city is full of English bishoprics, and there is very, very few chances that we ever have to rename streets and to recognise actually what is a much earlier history for Christchurch City than Liverpool Lane and other bishoprics. And so I think that having a Māori street name in our central city is a really important step forward for us, and really urge everyone to support it today.
Thank you. Yanni.
Don't support the current recommendation.
Dion?
Yeah, unfortunately I wasn't actually at that community board meeting, so my preference would have been for what's actually been recommended to us today. So from that perspective, I support the recommendation.
Thank you. All right, I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. It's just Yanni and David East. Thank you. That's carried. Next item on the agenda is review of the